Hello, this is Priscilla Batzell. I'm in Spring Hill, Florida, Expressionist Fluid Art Studio. That's a 14 by 14 inch canvas that I pre-primed and is dry with some Artist Loft. I want to do a swipe, but I really want to play with how it works. So I'm going to try to do some different kind of stuff. I'm going to use some Amsterdam white and black and spread around what I start with and hope that I have enough black to go the distance. I hope I have enough of both. I'm kind of hoping to be able to tilt this and swipe through it. And maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get to keep a black edge, but I kind of doubt it at this point. I'm looking for a random shape, nothing particular. Usually I'd like to use a base layer of something a little less precious than the Amsterdam because budgets are tight, which reminds me I have a membership library, and memberships are $9.99 a month, and you help me buy Floetrol and GAC 800 and stuff that keeps me bringing you tutorials. Alright, so for right now, I'm going to try and make that work. And I figure if I swipe from the center out, and I'm just going to use colors that I love. Starting with what? Starting with something riotous. I've got pink carnation. And I'm going to use some shiny taffeta with it because it has a lovely gold patina to it. And a little bit of Tuscan Sun. Some orange Crush. Now I thought about using a little acetate tool to swipe, but I think I'm going to use one of these palette knives over here, or all of them. This is Jasmine. The colors will be listed with their designated primary element or Prizm pour or vivid intense underneath the video. I think I'm going to give some Waterlily a shot also. And last but not least, I've got some Love You Pink, which is incidentally a primary element. I'm going to have to do the other side after this. Should be really interesting how I managed to do this. I'm going to start with the weird shape, and I'm going to use black first. Let's make sure okay, so I want to push away from myself. I like those colors. I want to push that way and that way, and I still need something to keep my turntable from spinning. Unfortunately, I haven't figured it out. I got it to stop for such a long time, and it's so disappointing. This is a weird tool. I don't know what I'm doing with this tool. But I think I'm going to use some of my gold cell activator, which is Pebeo Iridescent and Atelier Rich, both golds. And I do have that Artist Loft just staring me in the face right there, so if I need some paint to move other paint, that might be just the ticket. Alright, so what do I do with all this? I'm not wasting it, that's for sure. I'm certainly not wiping it off. And then I'll just start again. I kind of think that I want some white in here too. I'm seeing cells develop. kind of weird to wrap my head around which side I'm actually using to swipe with. But I think by the time I get it down in position, it'll be either or. Don't need to really worry too much about the edges right yet, since my intention is, I'm kind of liking all the colors I've got, like, and maybe I don't want to get too much funkier with my choices. I was going to go blues. Maybe I'll do the same colors and add a little bit of blue. I do have a studio rag and I should be willing to use it. It's just I don't think I wet it this time. So give me a second. I feel so foolish. I'm being unprepared completely, but there's so many details. Alright, so I'm going to be putting some white in here, and I definitely want some of this red violet, which is a Vivid Intense. It's got a huge chunk of something waiting to fall in my painting. And I really liked how the shiny taffeta worked out. Quick before it seizes up on me. And I absolutely love the way the orange look. Might as well go for the whole similar gamut. Kind of wouldn't have minded keeping a little bit of white in there. This is the Jasmine. Oh, I have a color I didn't use and I wanted to. It is Tuscan Gold. It's a Vivid Intense. Put my tool down and squeeze with all your might. I wanted to see how it looked with the orange. I still do. Some of my bottles are less cooperative than others. This seems to be one of them. Let's take the top right off. Make sure there's no lumps in there. Kind of looks like there's something in there. Put that somewhere I can deal with it. I'll just wipe it off right now. Alright, what do I want that I haven't got? I'm going to throw a little bit of this Bali High, which is a new Prizm pour. And I didn't use any of my Periwinkle, which is a paler. It's a Vivid Intense Fluorescent. And I like the Carnation, although I don't have any of it in here. That's weird. And I don't think I want to leave the Waterlily out. I do love how those black cells are surrounded over there. I wish I knew how to do that again. I think I'm going to use a different palette knife. Maybe a longer one. Let's make sure I know what I'm doing. Okay, that's going on the right hand side this time. I don't know why that other palette knife confused me. Now the stripes usually disappear, but you still get a little bit of the white. I'm not blocking your view. Thinking I can add a little bit of white to in between there. Kind of want to just tip it the way it is. I don't know what that was. But I'm being called. I like the Bali High in there. I really do. I might want a little more of it actually. I might want it somewhere else in fact. Since it won't make any difference once I start tipping. Yeah, I like that. Alright, I'm just going to go for the white. And the gold. Okay, so get a few things out of my way and get ready to attempt this experiment, which is definitely an experiment. You need to keep your cell activators closed. I found that out the hard way. Okay, so I've got Artist Loft, which may or may not be a good idea because it's definitely thinner. But I'm hoping that it will help paint flow. Oh, I forgot something. Some paint that I wanted to use up from the previous painting. Since I have no necessity to waste it, I'm just going to put it right down. Put my container into the bucket. It'll probably disappear anyway. Alright, so take my extra stuff out of the way. I made some fresh edge catchers. And they're just about the right size. I don't really want to give up any paint. So the edge catcher is the perfect solution. It creates a seal when it hits it, so long as you have it somewhat sealed. And then squeeze it back over. And I have some thumb holds, which makes me feel like I'm cheating, but it's actually pretty cool. That was lucky that I picked the exact right size to cut without even measuring the edge catcher. It's just a 16 by 20 inch sheet of acetate that comes in the 16 by 20 inch stretch canvases in the value pack from Michaels. That was a nice slide. Kind of makes me want to leave the white negative space I've got. This is negative space. That worked. I could fill that in with white and keep that negative if I wanted to. I think my paint is kind of too heavy to do what I really would love to do. But I've got this thumb hold, so I might as well take advantage of it. I do use GAC 800 by Golden in all of my paint mixtures. I don't want to dump any of that paint off. I guess I'll be taking a chance. It was worth the experiment. I see I've got a little bit of a thin print right there, so I'm going to blow that right around. fill that right in. That's the only place other than, oh, well, no, I've got this other place for sure. I think it's pretty cool, actually. And I've got paint on my edge catcher. If I wanted to fill that in over there, I could. Let's blow this in a little more. It's kind of nice how light it is compared to the rest because it's a good fill-in. It will show fingerprints though, unless it's allowed to dry. Kind of like these filaments here. To test to see how I really like them. I kind of like spreading out the paint with a straw. It makes me feel like I might be saving something. So I'm going to keep on doing what I was doing. Oops, a little too far. And those are really, they don't look the same as all my other colors, although there are quite a few of them that are. It makes me happy. If I need something to go over the edge, there's plenty of paint, and I don't think I need much. If there's white gaps that need to be filled, they can get filled in tomorrow. That little spot can go. And then the last thing I need to do is, come on, out of the way, fill in this one spot over here. And I'm in position now, I think. I want to take some of this paint right now, right off my edge catcher. Fix that one showing little spot, that edge that's not completely covered. That's my heads up to tell you that I love you, and I have over 32 playlists by topic, by the 100, and also organized by topic and genre. I'm a Colourarte affiliate, so there's a 20% off Colourarte coupon code below. Show more. There is also a pixel paint design coupon code that'll get you Australian Floetrol, Boom Gel, Pebeo paints, good stuff. And that's, like I said, 10%. Now I've got a little Princeton Art Tool Catalyst spatula and a couple of spots that I want to cover, or at least merge with the edge. But mostly it's time to shimmer this at you, and I'm loving the shapes in there. Do I want to do any more straw work? Could. I also could do some skewer work if I wanted to. I don't really think I need to though. I love this. Skewer work usually implies a few spirals, which never hurt my feelings at all. They always seem to add something, in my opinion. Should know not to stick my fingers in there. I think maybe if I blow it around it'll help. It's good to have a nice even layer of paint if you're trying to fill in something. Alright, I should shimmer this at you because everything else is just fiddly. And we can wait to fiddle with things after you're gone. The cells in this are awesome. Oh wow, and beautiful. I love this. I love the negative space. This is just exactly something I like a lot. And you really